Well, everyone, the day has finally come. The day's come. I said the one thing I really wanted to see from Mafia: The Old Country was unedited gameplay. And guess what? Today's the day. 9 minutes of exclusive gameplay from IGN first, posted just 3 short hours ago. I've not seen it. I pulled it up. We got to the title card and then I paused it. So I don't know what we're in for, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see it. I guess we can all put our predictions in chat real quick. What I'm looking for here is I want the cinematic stylings to be preserved. I am worried about performance issues, so I'll be keeping an eye out for stuff like that, heavy ghosting, FSR artifacts, things like that. I am not expecting amazing gunplay. I'm not expecting amazing stealth. I'm not expecting anything like that. Like, Mafia games are typically games played for the story and for the environments, much less than they are played for like the amazing, overwhelming gameplay. That means they're not for everybody, but I'm keeping my expectations low when it comes to like gunplay and stuff like that. If they surprise me and it's really good, I mean, I'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. I'll be very excited, but we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. As I mentioned at the top of the stream though, one person was pretty PO'd because apparently this trailer has basically no gabagool, like at all. And I mean, if that's true, man, that would be devastating if there's no gabagool. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see for ourselves. Ready, set, go. Plates on the wall. Tasteful. Love it.
Come in, Enzo.
Silky, smooth transition. I like that.
I want to speak with you about my daughter.
Did they cut there?
When Isabella became involved, however, it became our business.
Yeah, I think, okay, to be clear, I thought this was uncut gameplay. I believe that was a cut because he zipped around the room, and I'm guessing it had something to do with story spoilers because he says about my daughter and then it doesn't make sense. So I'm guessing that was just a cut for spoiler's sake. But anyway.
Now we must send a message to all around that Torisi takes care of his family and his affairs. Will you do that, Enzo? I will. Good.
Let's go.
I love this. I love the smooth transitions. That's a great improvement. I like that. One note, the shoes are a little loud. Shoes are a little loud. That's all I'm saying. I love the clippity clop. I love the clippity clop, but it's little loud.
Those men. They're on a farm near Ludovici's villa, keeping an eye on things. They can be a little rough. But first, let's get you what you need to get the job done.
A gun. Okay.
Careful what you say around my wife. Anyway, you ready?
I am.
Confidence is good, but don't let it become arrogance. Oh, Valerio! Enzo here needs to see you about the pest problem.
I'll be in my workshop. Send him down.
Luca! No need to hold his hand. He's a big boy. Get back.
Luca! Ma!
She's lucky I love her.
Dude, the lighting does look way better.
Not just a stable boy anymore, eh?
Something like that.
Well, if you're here for grown man's work, I have what you need. Take a look around. Choose what you like, and then come and see me. Ah, a large bore pistol. That thing will tear through just about anything.
Okay.
The hunting shotgun. packs a real punch up close. She'd help you out with your best problem. You've chosen then.
I have.
Good. I suggest you go fetch a car. You never know. These pests you're after could start shooting back.
Wait, are we talking about people? Okay, so what they have said is that this is not open world. Might be like wide linear is what some have said. These environments look very sprawling. I mean, you see this and you're like, oh, can I drive over there? And we do know they've seen, like people have seen snippets in the dev footage of like a free roam mode. So I think you will get the option to like drive around and explore like that if you want to in that mode specifically. But my guess is it's like the objective is over here. You're going to drive there and that's where the mission is. They're not full of open world activities. There's no secret coins to collect up here. That's my understanding. What's also interesting about this though, there's a skip drive button, which I guess, you know, in this case, there's nobody in the car with you. So there's not really any dialogue playing out. I'm guessing if there was a person in the car and there was dialogue going back and forth, they wouldn't give you that option, but still an interesting little tidbit. If you don't like driving through the environments, you don't have to. And in classic IGN fashion, even at 4K 60, it is compressed out the ever-loving ass. Look at this, dude. This is 4K 60 footage, allegedly. What are we doing? Again, I'm sorry. I hate to be this guy. But IGN, whoever is in charge of like quality control, they have to be fired. Like, they have to be fired. This has been the thing for like 2-3 years. Whenever we watch an IGN anything, it looks like crap. There's like 1 or 2 examples where we found somebody that knows what they're doing and you can tell the footage looks amazing. But whoever is in charge of like the main uploads for the channel should be fired. Like if I had members of my team, Jacob, just telling you right here, right now, if Jacob ever uploaded stuff that looked this bad after I repeatedly told him to fix it, like Jacob would be in trouble. And I'm some dude in a basement, okay? How a 19 million sub channel can't do better is beyond me. It's unbelievable, dude. Yeah, does Take-Two on their official site, do they have footage? I think it's exclusive because of IGN first. I think because it's IGN first, like they can't do that. Yeah, I don't see any other exclusive content. So yeah, I think it's just IGN. Damn it. Okay, anyway, I'll try to put up with it for you guys. I'll try to put up with it. It would take actual effort to make footage look that bad. Dude, it really is impressive. Like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. And you could say, I know what some people are going to say, because previously when I've talked about this, people are like, Luke, no, it's the footage they got was compressed like that. In my experience, the footage you get from these companies is like crazy uncompressed. It's like 200 gigs for a 10-minute clip. Like they do not risk compression making their game look bad. In my experience, I've never had like really poor quality footage from one of these events. But I can also point to something that shows that this is their fault. Even on this 4K 60 recording, their own watermarked logo is also seeing distortion and compression artifacts. Their own logo is affected by this. See that? Stair stepping. This is not a like base footage problem. This is an IGN doesn't know what the hell they're doing problem. And I know that makes me sound like a boomer, but seriously, dude, like this is a 19 million sub channel. For them to be doing this poor quality of work, if they did it for me, I would have fired them months ago. Much less, you know, still letting them put up massive exclusive stuff. It's so shameful that they still get these contracts. It's amazing. Damn, doesn't this music just make you want to go to Olive Garden? And I'm also, I'm just going to say it. My wife gave me crap for, at one point the other day, she was like, you want to go out somewhere nice to eat or something? And I was like, yeah, maybe Olive Garden. She's like, What? And I was like, Nikki, just pause. Think, time out. Name another restaurant where when you go there, you enter the building and you are family. Name another restaurant where that's true. You can't, because when you're in Olive Garden, when you're here, you are family. They mean it too. They mean it too. Yeah, Olive Garden's goated. I do like Olive Garden. There's another place. I'm just going to shout this place out. I don't think it's a chain or anything. This is in Fort Collins, my like hometown. And it's like a really cute, campy, kitschy restaurant called Oregano's. It might be a chain. I don't know. But they have this like 50s, 60s diner feel. I don't even know what to call it. But it's like one of those restaurants you'd go to at a theme park. Like it's decorated kind of like that, but honestly, the food's pretty good. And yeah, the pizza's really solid too. It's really quite nice. I recommend it. If you're ever in like Fort Collins, go get some gabagool from Oregano's. It's actually pretty good. I liked it. Nikki did not like it, which is too bad. So I'm gonna have to take the boys back. But like one of the things I do when I take my boys out to a restaurant is we play I Spy. It's what holds them over until you actually get dinner. And this place is like an I Spy heaven. You can see I Spy with my little eye, like, 3 bottles in a basket or a bucket. And then they have to look around and find it. A can of beans. Oh, I found it. Oh, I Spy with my eye, a green window. Like it's so great for that. It's great. They're also in Boulder. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I recommend it. Go check them out. Anyway, back to the actual, the actual Sicilian countryside. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. But there's no gabagool in the trailer. What else am I supposed to do? I am realizing I'm just hungry. Later. Le terre.
Ludovici. He's here.
It's time.
We're ready. Just give the word.
The Don has entrusted this story to the Caruso, so listen well, boy. Ludovici knows the devil follows close behind. He thinks Spataro's security will protect him. You will prove him wrong. Bring the worm alive to the ruins of the old castello.
Just me? Alone?
Make a mess of this, and any misguided fate the Don has in you will be lost. Ucapisti?
Don't be an idiot. Avoid the main gate.
Okay. Can we appreciate that nighttime in this game actually looks like nighttime instead of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla where it's just blue day? It actually looks oh, look at that. I want an estate like this. Just know your super chats are going to a savings fund to buy an estate like this, okay? Just so you know. Full transparency. Can you imagine having a place like this, by the way? It's just, oh. Hold on, I need to see the UI prompt. Okay, so I think it was specifically a choke or a stab. So you can choke them out and preserve your usage of your knife, or you just stab the crap out of him. Oh, and that there was a loot or move body option. Ooh. Ooh, I like moving body option. I like that. Ooh. What would I do with the yacht? That's a fantastic question. Yeah, we got to double up, I guess. Okay, I guess that's what we have to do. Is the estate shared with the shareholders by chance? Yeah, we'll hold our quarterly meetings there. Yeah. Maybe it's because I played Witcher 3 like in a very formative time in my life, but now like my dream retirement is basically to have my own Corvo Bianco, like with the cellar underneath with the big house and then like the bench overlooking the fields. Like that's my dream retirement. I know some people are like, I just want to go drive an RV around. That's not me. That's not bad. I want Corvo Bianco. Maybe it's because I played that, and so now it's like deeply ingrained in my psyche. But yeah, that's what I would kill for. Oh man.
Jimbo 404 donated
Thank you,
$10
Jimbo.
through Super Chat. Okay, do you want a yacht or a Tuscan villa estate? You can't have both, you greedy puss.
But I want both. Yeah, no, you're right. The yacht would be great. But the Tuscan villa would also be nice. I don't know. I guess I'll have to pick. I'll have to choose. I'll have to figure it out. Yeah. You know, we'll circle back to it. We'll talk about it. We'll hold a shareholder meeting. We'll investigate. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's see. Real serious. Thank you for that super chat. Neat mechanic I missed from Mafia 2 when robbing stores. If you killed the clerk and came back, there'd be crime scene tape there. If you didn't, there'd be cops interrogating and he'd point you out. Yeah, dude. Old school Mafia had some cool little ideas like that. It's really good. I also like the whole mechanic in the old school Mafia games of like, you steal a car, you have to take it to the shop and swap out the license plate. That's also super like clever, cool little thing. I love that. I love it. I don't think we'll have anything quite like that here because again, I think it's important to understand with this game, I think they are trying to, I mean, it sounds really dramatic, but I think they're trying to prove themselves with this game. I think after Mafia 3, they got layoffs. They were working on another game that got canceled and a bunch of people got fired after that. So they did Mafia Definitive Edition, but that was a remake. And so it doesn't like, it's not really viewed as its own success, standalone success. So this, I think for them is a big moment where they need to make or break and prove that they still got it. And if they still have it, they can come out. They'll probably get a bigger budget from Take-Two for the next game, which is probably going to be a bit bigger and more expansive. And so I think a lot's riding on it, and I think they know that. But I think that's also why they've chosen to go with a much tighter scope instead of something much broader. But going back to this, seeing that there's an option to loot, that makes sense for some of these refillable items, whether that's healing packs or throwables. That makes sense. And then being able to move the body, this is something that is hugely intriguing to me. Because if you can move the body, that of course suggests that leaving the body in a publicly visible space leads to guards being alerted. So I can imagine there's going to be missions where like you need to be very careful placing the bodies in places to hide them, dragging it into the grass and stuff like that to prevent alerts from being raised. And that can make it more difficult. That could suggest that the stealth is going to be a little bit more elaborate than I was expecting. Because I was expecting what we've seen up to this point, which is like, crouch behind here, wait for the guard to move, go stab him, go to the next block, wait behind the wall, the guard turns around, you stab him, move on. But if there's actual like, no, you need to hide the body, cover your tracks, that to me is exciting.
Strunzo won't even have us inside. I wouldn't let you in my house either. What? You told me your pigs sleep in the back room. Don't take it personally. My wife is very particular.
I will give them this. The voice acting across the board seems fantastic. And in the last game, like with Definitive Edition, it also was fantastic. Whoever they do is like whoever is their narrative director and like motion capture and VO director, they're very good. That like it's always top notch, and it seems to be that way this time too. Okay, throwable coin. Skadoosh. Leave the body. It looked like the gun he had was glowing too, so you could pick that up and take it. Oh, so that's how you refill it. So you have a whetstone that's a usable item, and that can be used to resharpen the blade. So it's not like the blade breaks, it just needs to be resharpened. Okay.
Vaffanculo, he's dead.
Should have moved the body. Then gotta go pick it up before, so you don't lose the knife. Okay, I like that. I like that. Get inside.
One day I'll own a motor car.
Are you serious?
On your wage?
How does a buffoon like that manage? He's no better than you or me.
Maybe not. Got a grenade!
What?
I know I probably would react to the same way with the grenade. If it was tossed at my feet. Oh no! Boom. I'm gonna just be real. That was kind of a Star Wars Outlaws looking explosion. Yeah, maybe it's just Italian grenades. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, but you know what? It's a grenade. It explodes. That's the point. Did what it needed to do. I don't think he's getting an automobile, though. I don't think he's getting his own. Okay. I like the little sidestep. Shuffle. That was nice. Looks like you can pick up bottles and throw them. Right next to you.
Get the pezzo di merda out! Loading!
Nice, nice. Go team. Ludovici's Villa. A note on the table.
Guards! Guards!
Yeah, so they cut out some dialogue for spoilers.
Please!
So besides IGN's terrible capture, I think encoding, because I think they were given this footage. It's kind of what I was expecting in a good way. Like, the stealth actually seems to have more nuance to it than I was expecting. So I think that, you know, with those two guards where he tossed the grenade, you probably could also just distract him with coins, stealth all the way up and around up the stairs, and then maybe take one or two guards out. But you could stealth up and then not have to kill anybody before getting to Ludovic's study. So I like that. I like seeing that stealth seems to have actually been given a good amount of thought. I like that. As for like the navigation, I'm guessing again that it's probably, you're going to go to most of these locations in POIs throughout the course of the game just for different missions. So I'm guessing there's a mission in this little place right here, and it's just they take you across the map in different points, and if you want a free roam, there's a free roam mode that you can go into, but in terms of questing, it's pretty much get to the objective. That's where the quest will play out, which again I think is a much better way to do it for Mafia. It's much older school style Mafia as opposed to Mafia 3, but I think that's good because we all remember how Mafia 3 went. So I'm very okay with this. As for like gunplay, it looks fine. Nothing too crazy. You know, I don't think this is going to like be beating out Gears of War or anything, but I don't think anybody was ever really expecting that. The one thing I will say, when he kicks open the door, there was one moment in terms of performance, it seems to be running solid enough. But there is a point where he kicks in the door and it stutters pretty good. And there's a couple of little moments where it's like transitioning out of cutscenes into gameplay where it stutters and drops a couple frames. It's not like the worst ever. Yeah, right here it drops a few frames. And then he kicks it, you'll see. And then it's steady again. But, you know, if there's going to be a time for frames to drop, I'd rather they drop when I'm not like in gameplay. If it's something where it's like transitioning through gameplay to cutscenes, that's the best place for it. But hopefully they can, you know, continue to polish it up. I will say I am disappointed there's no Gabagool. I agree with the commenter there. That is too bad. I think the voice acting across the board sounds great. Again, common strength for them. So I think that's good to see. But it seems to be like, pretty much what I was hoping for, which is reminiscent of old school Mafia, doing some different things, that are a little bit fresh, but also definitely going back to like Mafia 2 era design, as opposed to like Mafia 3, which I think is good, because Mafia 3, there's a reason it didn't do well, I think. As for total length though, that's the kind of elephant in the room. So Jor, when we talked about this, Jor was guesstimating that this is going to be like one of those 5 to 7 hour games. He's like, I just get the vibe. This is way shorter than people think. And, given its $50 price point, it very well could be. It could be. Sorry, I'm trying to put on my socks while I'm talking about this. I don't know. My sweet spot, if you're going to go shorter and charge less for your game, my sweet spot, if it's a really, really polished narrative game, is like that 10 to 12 hour range. I think that's solid. If it ends up being 5 to 6, that's pretty lean. If it's 5 to 6 hours that are amazing, of course, then it could change. But it's going to be interesting to see. Oh God, the volcano, it's going off. But if it's 5 to 6, then I think that definitely becomes a talking point. If it's 12 hours, I think everybody's like, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, game blew my socks off. I didn't even have them on to begin with, But if it's somewhere between 8 and 12, I don't think I'd color myself too surprised, especially at the lower price point. But I'm personally hoping for like 10 to 12. I'd be happy. But it's also, in my opinion, it's better to not overstay your welcome. If your game could stretch to 12 hours, but it'd just be super repetitive to get there, I'd rather you not have it be super repetitive and filled with a lot of bloat. It's like, did you guys ever play Dante's Inferno? Dante's Inferno was like a really weird game, but it was one of those God of War clones from back in like 2010 or 11, I think it was. But they reached a point in Act 3 where you could tell they were like, okay, we just need more game time. So there was that one stage, do you remember, where it's like you're fighting on the platform. It's been ages since I played it, but I have it like ingrained in my memory. You're fighting on this like platform, and there's just waves and waves and waves of enemies. And you have to fight through a handful of these waves before you can move on through the final door to like fight the actual final boss. And you can tell that it was just like, okay, we need an extra like half hour. We need an extra hour or something. So let's just fill it with waves of enemies and that'll pad it out. And for me, like, have a challenge mode if you really want to do that. That's fine. But I just personally would rather lean as opposed to bloated. And what we're seeing here is that it doesn't seem to be too bloated. If anything, like they're giving you options to cut the bloat. If you want to skip like the driving sequence, if you consider that bloat, you can do that. I mean, it looks beautiful. I don't know why you'd want to skip it, but if you wanted to, they allow you to skip it. But we'll see. We'll see. It's coming soon, dude. It's coming in like what, 3-4 weeks? Like it really is not that far away. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful, because as I've told you guys before, I'll be honest, when I have a bias or something going on, I really like Mafia. I love these stories. I love the voice acting, the performances in them. I really like Mafia. And I'll be honest with you that I really like Mafia. And so you should understand whenever I talk about Mafia that I'm talking from the perspective of a fan of these games. And so I'm really hoping that they do a good job. I'm really hoping that they pull it off. We'll just have to see. From what I'm seeing here, though, I'm seeing a lot of things that excite me and that I think look interesting. We can meme on like the grenade, like special effect looking kind of stupid. If you play a game like this, though, and you're like, I liked the game, but the grenade particle effects and the whatever you want to call it, special effects or whatever of the grenade were just not that great. So 6 out of 10. Like you were never going to like the game. You should not let something like that diminish your total enjoyment of the game. We can joke about it, meme on it, but like that's really not that big of a deal. But from what I'm seeing here, all of this stuff, I do find this intriguing because it looks to me like you could stealth all the way. Instead of doing the grenade and shooting that guy, you could throw coins and stuff, distract them, walk your way up around here, go around this way, go up the steps around the back, and not have to kill anybody. And I like that challenge. I like the idea of playing on like hardcore difficulty and then having to be really intentional and thoughtful with navigating the environments. So I'm intrigued, but we'll see. Keep an eye on it.